Our next finalist, we have a defensive coordinator, Iowa's Phil Parker. If you looked at Iowa this year, their offense was at the bottom of the FBS, but their defense was at the very top. His defense was like a boa constrictor. Once they got a hold of you, they never let go. He's a three-time All-Big Ten defensive back at Michigan State. If you look at Iowa this year, they say defense win championships. Well, they won the Big Ten West. Without his defense, they wouldn't have gotten there. They're going to be playing in the Citrus Bowl against Tennessee. Let's get to the videotape.
Phil Parker, Iowa. He'll try the right side as well. Ethan Herkin, second time we've called his name.
No unit in the country has been more important to its team's success than Phil Parker's Hawkeye defense. They willed Iowa to a Big Ten West title. We're talking about a defense with no weaknesses. 7th in the country in total defense, allowing just 279 yards a game. 4th in scoring defense. They held 8 of their 9 conference opponents to 16 points or less. Parker's Hawkeye D is also 7th in pass efficiency defense and leads the Big Ten in red zone D. And Parker is no one-season wonder. His Hawkeye D has been a top 6 scoring defense 3 of the last 4 years. And get this, an Iowa defender has registered a pick 6 in each of the last 16 seasons. The Hawkeye Nation has just one question for the Broyles Award. What took so long? Please welcome a coach who just gets better with age. Broyles Award finalist, Iowa defensive coordinator, Phil Parker.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you. It's definitely an honor to be here. Betsy, Molly, Dave, but I really like that the way you looked and showed your picture out there, and I do love the tackling Bo Jackson. I like that as a good tackle. Jeff, I appreciate everything that you've done for us to make it so comfortable here, okay? First of all, I'd like to start off, thanking my wife for letting me do this. I mean, obviously, she was a little bit more productive than I was when I was young, but she gave me the opportunity to go into this coaching profession. She is an author. She did write 2 children's books, so I'm happy for that. Also, my son, Tyler, and Paige, my daughter. I appreciate you guys being here. And Tyler works with me in the office as an analyst, and he's the one that keeps me straight a little bit on game day when things go sideways a little bit, and I might have to talk to an official or I have to talk to a player. But I got to get back and call the defense, and he does a good job of keeping me on that role. But really the thing why I got into coaching, I just remember way back in 83, 84, 85, when the years that I played there, and the impact that coaches had on me. One was George Broyles. Obviously, he was the head coach, which came over from Pittsburgh Steelers at the time, and the values that he had with there. And Norm Parker was another guy in there that gave me a lot of input when he was there as a linebacker coach. And obviously, I played for Nick Saban there, which was a great coach to be under too. And then I went to Toledo. I've been very fortunate to only be in, 2 universities and coach. One was at the University of Toledo, and I stayed there for 11 years. And then the next one was going to be at Iowa, and I've been here for 25 years. And I think I'm one of the fortunate ones that, when you have something you like, you just keep doing. And I'm blessed to be in one place. I work for a great coach in Kirk Ferentz, and it's kind of ironic that I ended up back at Iowa. I just remember, and I think it was 85. I'm trying to get the dates going on here, I think it was Iowa was number 1 or number 2. I couldn't remember at the time, and I just remember that in the game here, it came down to like the last play, 32 seconds left to go in the game. And doing the previous games, there's a DB that we had in the game. He gave up one out and up for a touch. And then I had to talk Nick to take him out of the game. So he took him out of the game, and then it came all the way down to the last play, 32 seconds left, it was 4th down. I don't know if Hayden Fry called the play, Chuck Long, Carl Jackson, don't really know who called the play. Everybody claims they called it. But I sat there and told Norm, I said, Norm, I mean, you don't want to put this guy in. He just gave an out and up probably the first 10 plays of the game, and now we're going to put him back in the game. And it was a goal line defense call, and it was a goal line X. And all you have to do is come off the edge. When the backs go away, good upfield to tackle the quarterback. And as we did it, we get over there, we start watching it, and I'm standing on the sideline. They took me out and put him in, and I'm not just a guy, right? And so me and Norm are sitting there on the sideline. And same thing, it was power left, boom, bootleg right with Chuck Long in 1985. And he went in for a touchdown to beat us, and all I could do is the guy didn't do what he was supposed to do, and it kind of made sure that I never want to lose by a mental error, and that's my philosophy is, you know. So to me, it's teaching, and the one thing I told Norm, I said, I told you so. But you wouldn't guess who was in the box at the time. Old Nick. He's the one that called it. But anyways, getting off, just want to, and I'll get back to some things here, but I do want to say this. So I am the only defensive coordinator here, and the one question I do have for the offensive guys, you know, what can I do when it's fourth down? Can I punt? Because I know the offensive guys, when it comes down to fourth down, they could punt. I don't have a choice, okay? But anyways, I really like to go back to the time that I've been there at Iowa, the culture that's been there, the players. You can't do it without players. You got to get the right players in, and they all have to be on the same page. And I think this was one of the greatest years that we had. I thought of all the different challenges you have, you know, losing players, struggling a little bit on offense, but the way that everybody stayed together as a team and didn't divide, which a lot of times outside the buildings, that's what happens when things aren't going well. And I just really appreciated the way they went about their business. And you can't do that without great leadership. You know, obviously my room that I have in there, Seth Wallace, Kelvin Bell, Jay Neiman, and my son, and then Shane Velo, he's another analyst in there. And the two GAs is Adam Cox, which played for us, and then obviously Jack Kerner, he also played for us. And so just to have those guys, you can't do it without a group of guys that are all committed to winning. So I've been very lucky, and I've been very lucky to be with a head coach that understands, and he's one of the best head coaches I ever coached with, and I just really appreciate everything he's done for me. And once again, I'd like to thank my wife and my family. Thank you.
The 2023 Broyles Award winner is Phil Parker, Iowa.
All right, Coach Parker, congratulations. Broyles Award winner. What does this award mean to you?
Well, just, you know, to me, with what it means about, you know, taking care of kids and helping them learn and teach young guys to make them to grow into men. And I think, you know, Frank Broyles, what the reward is when he hired a high school coach to come in and coaches and help them coach, just knows that it's a teacher trying to teach kids. And that's really what it is, trying to change people's life and affect them and make sure that they exceed at a high level and make sure they take their full potential.
As football has moved to be a more offensive game, you were the only defensive coach here among the finalists. What does it mean to you to be able to represent that side of the ball, and what made you guys so successful there this year?
You know, it goes with our players. Our players do a good job of preparing, and it takes a lot of time and effort and investment in there. And we have great kids and great leadership, and I think it takes a team to be successful. And
That's for you. This feels like a long time coming. You've had successful defenses in the past. To be recognized at this point, what does it mean for you in your career?
It's an honor, it's kind of funny because the awards, you don't do it for the awards, you do it for the people, the kids that you're coaching. And, obviously we got another game coming up in here on the 1st, and that's the things that's important to me and I appreciate the award and very honored to have it. But we got to go back to work, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right, Coach. Well, congratulations. A great honor. Your Broyles Award champion, Phil Parker.
Thank you.